So we're gonna start off strong for the first. I want to tattoo every day in March. Whether I'm tattooing myself, someone else, or I guess that's it. I don't know if I would include the fake skin. Maybe I would include fake skin in there. I could do that. But to start off strong, I'm just gonna go for it, and I need to touch up my hips. I have things here, and then I have space to fill in, all in that general area, if we know what I'm talking about. But this is the issue. So I wanted to start off strong because it could all go downhill from here. Tomorrow, I could wake up from tattooing this and be like, this was a horrific idea. But I'm putting this video out on the 1st for myself. So I'm gonna do what I have been avoiding doing, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. But this look right now, this isn't a look, and it's because I have been numbing my area that I want to work on for 3 hours now. I can't show a lot. I'm gonna show the stencils, the idea that I want, and then I will probably just talk to you throughout the tattooing. I should be able to show you my hips and things like that, but this is, as much as I want to put this video out and like do the, the 30 days, the 31 days this month of tattooing to like challenge myself, I also want to look back at this and be like, I'm insane, but I also accomplished that, because this doesn't sound like an accomplishment, but it is for me, because I have tattooed from here down and I have avoided a few places. And so now I'm going to just tackle those spots and connect everything, which is important to me because I eventually want to be fully covered. So I'm going to tackle that today. And you can be here with me if you want to be for the insanity. And I'll show you what I can. But otherwise, it will just be a complete ramble, thoughts that I'm having, the initial idea of the stencil, and you can be a part of it. And if you are, if you are here, just like, thank you in advance. Comments are welcome also. I understand this. I know that this video could trigger people. They are not gonna want to watch it, and or they're gonna watch it and just be like, why? That's okay. It's welcome. It's not for everyone. It's for me. And that's why I'm doing it. So just stick around. This is what I'm thinking. So I had previously printed these out. Maybe not this, I don't know. See, I don't know. Which doesn't sound good when you're about to tattoo yourself. But I'm gonna play around with the stencils, which I can't really show you. If I can figure out a way to show you, I will. But I have the honeycomb in a smaller print that matches my stomach, because I had previously done like the honeycomb setup in a different video. I have a smaller print of that, which could perfectly work. But I also really like these geometric print because it matches my neck. So it's like in the grand scheme of things, I am trying to like make everything cohesive and match. What am I looking for here? Oh my gosh, what is the word I'm looking for? Coordinate. Like, I just want things to coordinate. They don't have to match, but I want it to make sense in like a full layout idea. I know this sounds like I don't know what I want, but I do. I just need to play around with the ideas. So I'm thinking I might go for something like even this would work. And then I could later add this pattern in around like my legs. I have some spots on my legs and I want to drop it in like the background eventually, which those will be videos. Maybe I'll do a little bit of that if I continue these videos throughout the month. But that's the plan. So, right, I also have these though. I have little insects that are printed out. I don't think we need another butterfly like in that general area. I have probably like 20 butterflies on my body at this point. But I do have little butterflies. But then this is an odd thought. In that general area, do we want insects? Probably not. So let's not put those there. But regardless, we're going to play around and see. That was a good, I'm glad my brain just stopped me there and was like, no. Okay, so anyway, we're going to play around, and once I get the stencil laid, I will show you what I can, and then I'll come back and just be set up to tattoo. And also, I didn't mention this in the beginning, but these videos, if I continue to upload, will be a little less edited. Not that I edit heavily or anything, but they'll be a little less edited, quicker, shorter, more sporadic. If I skip a day, I might put one out the next day. Just don't know where I'm at with this process entirely. I just want to challenge myself this month, especially because I'm coming up on a year of doing YouTube, and I just want to like change it up a little bit and see what that does for my channel in general. So this is more of an experiment on my end of things, and to make it a little more different for myself. So I'm going to lay my stencils now. Okay. I have been messing with this design for way longer than I wanted to. So I finally have something laid out, and I'm going to get started. I kind of stuck to my hip area. So in between my hips and like my legs, I have a gap. And so I'm filling that in with some floral, just a tiny little floral arrangement that kind of angles in. And I'm also going to touch up my hip area, which, like I said, I should be able to show you that. But I'm going to get started because at this point, about 70% of my numbing stuff is worn away. I have just been wiping and moving things around, and I didn't realize that like the gap on each side was a little different. So one side was a little closer than the other, which left me with like this weird, almost like a weird setup. So I'm just gonna fill it in where I can and get started. And I'm scared, but I'm gonna start. It's pretty numb still. Which is good. Because I was feeling really like rushed. And I don't want to feel that way when I'm doing tattooing. But maybe I should have held off on wiping away the numbing cream. This spot has really been bothering me for a long time. When I look, you know when you start tattooing and you just get like an area filled in, but there's still skin left over? I don't want to see that. So I always love when I get work. But then I look and I'm like, oh no. There's still skin that needs covered there. I'll be in and out of talking because obviously I'm trying to concentrate, but I still wanted to kind of talk. I didn't really realize how much space wasn't actually there though. And so when I tried to go in and fill it, there really wasn't that much room actually. And one side's going to have a few more flowers than the other because some will be hidden by a butterfly that I already had there. Another thing I tend to do with like tattooing is I always get out my tattoo stuff, right? And every time I get it out, I'm like, oh, I might as well knock out my whole leg today. No. It doesn't always have to be like that. I can just do little pieces. I always just feel the need that if I'm like already gonna get the needles out, and the ink and set up, then you know, why not? I start my back in, I have some work on my back. I have a quote, and then I have some work on like a small piece on the back of my neck. But this summer, I'm actually going to fill in my back, like the upper half of it. I'm going to connect my neck to my, in between my shoulder blades and down my shoulders up on the top half of my back. And a lot of it's going to be floral. So my artist and I were talking about how we'll like drape it around what I already have and up and through it, and then actually like connect, because my flower goes up in the back, but there's nothing like that wraps around it. So it will wrap around, and then my neck will actually be complete. So I'm so excited for that work to be done. I'm really looking forward to that. We're actually going to do, I believe a tattoo convention this year where she'll be. And I have never been to a tattoo convention. I'm super excited for that as well. I bet the environment of it is incredible. So I'm also really looking forward to that aspect of it as much as I am getting tattooed. But we go once a year on our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. This part's no longer numb. And we get work done. And since we've been married, it has been pretty consistent with the once a year. And then in between there, when I get the itch, I just tattoo myself. Okay, so I have one little side done. This, I'm focusing right now on the stencils that I laid, because I do already have the vines and that on my hip, on each hip. So if I can't take it any longer, like it starts to become too much, at least I will have laid the stencils, and I can always look at the vine work on a different day and then go in and touch that up. So my main focus right now is getting these stencils laid, since I've already obviously done the work of forever printing and trying different things and wiping it away. And I started to think that this wasn't going to really be anything, because I was about to just quit trying to figure it out. But in all honesty, I said to myself that I had already put the numbing cream down. Like, I'm not about to waste the time I took to do that, the, you know, plan behind this anyway. But I'm also not just gonna tattoo whatever. That's not true. I do sometimes have days where I tattoo whatever. It doesn't have to have a meaning. I don't overthink it. I just fill the space. But I didn't want this area to look strange, because I feel like the shape I have going right now like flows with my body shape. So just sticking things in that in those positions where they were open would just look like a hot mess, which, I mean, that's debatable. Some people would possibly say that it's already a hot mess, but I do have intentions on where I lay things, as does any artist. Like, there is a flow to your work, and if it doesn't look right, you know, same goes for your body. Like, you're not, it's just not gonna, it won't work. So when I get this area done that that I can't necessarily show, I will do my hips probably more up close. And be able to show that. I'm also touching up some flowers here that I already had because for some reason I just can't get them to show up the way I want. Well, that part was not numb. I know I've said this on videos before, but numbing is such a curse because I'm sitting here like blowing through this tattoo and I feel really comfortable. But I'm trying to remember the depth and how it's supposed to feel when it's actually, you know, like penetrating the skin. Because it's great. It looks like it's doing a good job right now, but am I actually... This all looks deep enough. I feel like I've been doing this long enough to be able to tell. I'm just so glad that I buckled down and decided to do this. And then this video today, like since I want to do it every day, will be a little longer, obviously. But if I continue this, then they may shorten up because I don't see me having necessarily the time to edit, upload, film. Not in that order. Film, edit, upload. Every single day. It would need to be like a faster version. I'm just rinsing this. I feel like I've picked up so much ink. Okay. Okay, pretty much have these done. Not pretty much, I mean, they're done. I'm not going to continue to sit and like hack at them for any reason. If they need touch-ups later. They're very cute, they're very tiny, just like delicate little floral pieces to go with the 800,000 pounds of floral that I already have, which I don't mind. And now I'm gonna try to position where I can show you what's happening on my hips without showing it all, you know? Okay. When you start to really like look up close, those are stinking cute. Okay, so let me reposition you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna switch my needle really quick, but this is what we're working on right here. It goes in further, but this is the part I can show you right here, and then it'll be the same thing for the other side. So I'm gonna switch my needle though, just because I don't want to like, I know you can do the same needle, but it just freaks me out a little, so I'm not gonna like cross where I just tattooed in the new place that I'm gonna tattoo. And we're also gonna spray this area. And then hope that this is still numb. It's definitely still numb. I did just cover up what I tattooed. But right now it feels pretty comfortable. See how just like faint those are? They started to wear away. And I can guarantee you that was a situation where I was hurting. And I already had the stencil down. So I just rushed through it. and they just don't stand out as much as they should, especially for like being such a, like, not a focal point, but they do shape right there. I'm trying to like let you guys see, but at the same time it's just a very awkward area to tattoo. See, you can just already see them. This has been long overdue touch-up. Because I always knew I wanted to fill in the space around it, but I just was not ready to do that. So basically, I'm going to continue this area and downward, and then I can show you when I start the other side. But like I said, as much as I want to show this, there's just only so much progress I can make while on camera, I guess. Okay, so I will be back to show you the other side. It has been another like 15-20 minutes. I put more numbing cream on here on this side, and just in case, and so we're gonna knock out this area. It's definitely numb, which is so perfect. It's just the strangest angles. I feel like I'm just always in some type of weird, I don't know. I feel like the adrenaline just kicks in, and so, like, I'm blacked out right now, you know? Like, I have no idea what's going on. But somehow I do this. There's another thing I couldn't decide on these videos for like March is I usually post on Fridays at 3 p.m. But I'm not going to have a schedule like that when I'm just creating whatever, whenever. So I also feel like the timing will be very sporadic. When I upload this. Which is another thing I don't mind experimenting with, because I have been so consistent for the year with, you know, my time and day, that it'd be nice to see what it does if I did it differently. Can your body even go through 30 days of tattooing? I mean, if it's just micro, does anybody have any comments on that? Can you tell me, like, physically, should you tattoo your body for 30 days in a row? I'm gonna go with no. But like I said, I will break it up. Probably with, I know I'm tattooing someone else here in the next couple days. So that'll be a little break. I just love watching like aesthetic little tattooing shorts and such. And I spoke about this in my last video, how you can do shorts on here. And I love watching the tattoo ones where they just like whip their little gloves out and pour their ink. Oh, well, I'm not using that one. Pour their ink and set their little station up. I feel like I'm not that aesthetic. Like my workspace before I started, when I was setting up, that is, was questionable. And by that, I don't mean unsanitary. I just seem to have comments about everything being so unsanitary. The main thing I focus on is being sanitized. I'm not trying to, like, why would I want to do that to myself? Why would I want to get an infection? Sounds horrific. So, I just mean, I love the aesthetics of tattooing, but when I watch these videos, I'm like, how do you even film like that? I still have a lot to learn, is all I mean. Which is fine. I don't mind that. Okay, once again, I'm gonna finish inside here, like in this area. And then I don't know if I can even show you the results. Can I show you the results? Maybe not. But I'll be back. So as much as you can tell there, these are pretty much the results. And then right there as well. And it just tapers in as well as the other ones. But I do think that they turned out so much better than they looked. I mean, they were barely there. If you made it this far, thank you. I am gonna put this video together now and just put it on the internet. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.